What's going on, guys? Megazard here. Today I'm just going to be bringing you a couple of games that I had that were like disjoint tours, and I was kind of saving them up. They're both good games that I just kind of never got around to, so they have nothing to do with each other, but I'll be putting them together. First one is round 1 of the PU Fall Seasonal, and that's versus Grim. So I got another mod round 1 out of 128 people, which is rather unfortunate. I decided to bring a Ninjask team that I sort of built off the premise that Ninjask is a really cool mon right now, has its way with a lot of standard offensive builds like this one, and Rotom Frost takes advantage of a lot of the things that check or counter it, like Probopass, a weakened Probopass, to a lesser extent. But mostly, I was supposed to say Probopass is like one of the only things that sort of beats them both, but I'm pretty bad at this. Other than that, you do have things like Stunfisk and Golem and Gabite, whatever. So I thought that core would be really cool, and then I added on, obvious hazard support, and then this thing traps steel types, and then this thing gives me rocks, and then this thing gives me, Floatzel's broken. He's got standard offense, so looking at this game, I kind of just need to weaken his team a bit, and then that needs to be weakened, that needs to be weakened a bit, maybe break that thing's sash, and then sort of go Ninjask all over him. It's an Adamant Choice Band speed boost set, which is pretty nice. So, he's going to lead Roselia. I sort of just toss out my Rotom because it's a Rotom. And turn 1, I'm just going to Volt out because I assume he's switching out, and even if he doesn't, I'm going to bluff the Scarf because I'm not actually Scarf Rotom. So I'm going to go right into Probopass as these Sludge Bombs. I know Probopass is Spike's fodder, but I don't really care. I have a Volby which can pretty reliably defog him quite a bit. I don't really want to switch anything in, so I'm just going to stay here, wait till I wake up. I also don't need Probopass that healthy, because I will reveal the set later. I'm going to get an early wake that's honestly not going to come into play this game. Not really. So I can go right into Ninjask and basically click Choice Band X Scissor and do a lot of damage to something. He sends in Gabite, and that does 50%, and I guess I'll just explain the damage roll here because it kind of factors into the decision. He's not like full offensive. That's just too much damage. So if he's max HP, max defense, that's like a max damage thing. And if he is max HP, max attack, or somewhere around there, which is sort of what I expect on an offensive team like this, that's a middle to high roll. So I really end up like not wanting to risk it, despite the odds that, like, if I kill Gabite, I'm in a great situation. And I'm going to go right into my Volby, because Volby walls that, and it can remove the spikes and the stealth rock that he may or may not set up, as he does go for rocks, predicting me to not want to risk the speed tier. Speed tie, holy shit. So I'm just going to get rid of all the shit as he goes to Ninetales. I don't have something I want to get weakened right now, so I'm just going to go for the slow U-turn, knowing that Fire Blast isn't going to do too much. He could sub on me, but I still have Probopass and Stunfisk, so I'm going to send in Probopass on that, and I think I just try to Volt out here as he goes to Gabite. No, I Earth Power. Maybe predicting Zebstrika, as I get a critical hit. Kinda sucks, but it, like, anything would have killed it anyway, so he's going to set up Stealth Rock as I go into Volby. I don't want to be that low, so I think I am going to Roost instead of defogging as he goes into Zebstrika, and then at this point, I have a Stunfisk. Who doesn't switch into Stunfisk? I'm just going to click defog, expecting to not T-Volt, knowing that either way, I can at least live a hit and still have playing chances, but he ends up critting me with HPIs, which kind of sucks. Then I go into Stunfisk, he goes for the HPI, so I'm specially defensive, not physically defensive, which I prefer, but Spadef just works better here for electrics, and it does absolutely nothing. Like, man, great prediction. But I am going to be able to double into Rotom predicting the Roselia, and now that he thinks I'm Scarf, because my team has no Scarfer, I'm going to sub on the Sleep Powder, and, like, Rotom is fucking inside. So, sub Rotom, really cool. I innovated Will-O-Wisp quite a bit, and that helps it beat Piloswine, but now that Piloswine's not here, I'm actually running a sub-Volt set, which is really nice. Unfortunately, right here, I Volt out forgetting I am faster. I'm just naturally faster, and I totally forgot, which was really stupid. But I can go to Probopass, as he didn't want a Superpower, because why would I Volt out? So Probopass is in. I'm just going to Earth Power and call his Zebstrika trying to come in on the immunity. Like, it's basically a free Earth Power, as he now goes to get a bite. I still want Probopass healthy, so I'm going to go into Volby. Also, fuck rocks. I don't want these rocks up. So he goes to Ninetales. I make a bit of a choke by roosting. I didn't need Volby healthy at this point. Like, he's already weakened plenty. but I'm gonna defog here, and there really was no reason to like give him the free turn to sub and nasty plot. I didn't need to roost at all. I could have just defogged and U-turned. So he's sort of inside. I'm gonna go to Spadef Stunfisk and try to take it on. I mean, +2 energy ball is gonna hurt, but Stunfisk is kind of disgusting. Earth Power is gonna break the sub, and at this point, I'm gonna protect. I think try to get back into Lefty's range. After this game, I switched to Pasho because I'm pretty weak to waters in general, but I was trying out Protect, which is a good move. I normally prefer Yawn. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get the damage roll, and he's just going to take out my Stunfisk, because I can go to Probe Pass knowing I can live any hit and just kill him. He knows that. He knows Ninetales is his win condition, so he's going to go right into Stoutland and Pursuit me, because either way, he's getting off the damage he needs for Ninetales to kill with a +2 attack. So Rotom comes in. He can basically just sack Stout here. It's not doing much, and that gives him a free setup opportunity with Ninetales, and he is actually running Sub-Salic Ninetales, which is a set I posted to Creative Underrated Sets. I think it's actually pretty cool. As you can see here, like, the extra bulk over Simisear actually does come into play. And because I'm Modest Scarf Floatzel, I honestly, right now, I have no idea if Modest Scarf Floatzel is faster. Modest Scarf Floatzel is really nice. You can run Simipour, which is slightly weaker, slightly slower, but also has Torrent and cool coverage. Like, you can run Knockoff and shit, but I opted for Floatzel just because Switcheroo really helps with bulky setup Pokemon that stop my team. So, honestly, right now, I don't know if Floatzel's faster. I don't even know if Ninjask is faster than a timid Ninetales, but because I'm adamant, I'm adamant, so there's no way Ninjask is faster. Fortunately for me, I'm gonna go into Probe Pass and reveal that I am a Custap Endurer set and stop his Sweep Cold, which, like, he said in the chat, he thought he won. He thought it was over, unless I was Aqua Jet Floatzel, which he had no idea, but I'm gonna reveal the Endurer Custap Probe Pass, really cool set, just because I had a free slot, I didn't need Stealth Rock, I had it on Stunfisk, I'm looking for something to run, because I had nothing to run, like, why not? Let's throw that on. And at this point, I can go to Volbite. I have no idea what hidden power that is. Like, I don't know what hidden power you'd run on Kadabra that even hits that. At that point, you'd run Dazzling with him. And then I can just U-turn out and win with Ninjask. So, Custap Probe Pass may have saved me. I should probably check speed tiers. Like, considering I'm using the Mon, that'd be a good thing to know. Wait, no. Okay, I'm being a retard. If Scarf Floatzel is faster than Timid Scarf Simipour, then it must be faster than Ninetales. So I still didn't lose anyway, assuming I could hit a Hydro Pump, but whatever. Endure Custap is a god. Second game. This is against BobDFish, which is the alt of Recdra, who's like an Uber's... He does stuff for Ubers. I know he ran a live tour once, like, he's an Ubers player. I'm not exactly an Ubers player. But I had to play him for the ORAS Team Tour, which is just... It's just, like, for fun. And I decided to bring this team because Pelly told me to. He's like, yeah, bring this team. To right now, I have, like, he's friends with both of us, and he said he didn't want to give me a team and then have me beat his other friend. So I really don't know if he told me to bring this team because he thought Recdra would beat this team, because he does have a Diancie, and Diancie totally fucks Scolipede. Like, Magic Bounce is far better than the lead Spiker, which only runs a bug move. So, it might have been that. He might have just thought that it would win. I don't really know, but I have this sample team, and which means Recdra knows my team. I'm going into this with that to try to play around this stuff. I noticed, like, Groudon is his thing for Geozern. That is it. Geozern is definitely a threat to his team. He also has Arceus, which I know is going to be something offensive and most likely has E-Speed. But beside that, I don't really know what set it's going to be, but... yeah, Geozern looks like it could definitely put in work if I could play it right. I'm just going to lead off with the Groudon because I know Diancie's leading. Like, that's not a question. It's a Diancie. I have a Scolipede. Of course, he's just going to Mega Evolve Protect and wants to have a Magic Bounce, so I'm not going to be able to spike all over him. Weaken the Groudon for Xerneas. I'm just going to click Precipice Blades again, not really predicting Yveltal, because I don't really feel safe doing that turn 2, as he goes to the Sugarberry Dialga, and I really don't want Groudon getting, like, Dracoed on and weakened really early, so I'm going to go to Scolipede, as he ends up just setting up his rocks. I basically went to Scolipede on the premise that it's pretty much useless with this Diancie around. Like, what am I supposed to do? Maybe it should carry Earthquake. Pin Missile hits lead Darkrai, which is annoying, but, like, Earthquake at this point is probably more relevant if I had to guess. I don't play Ubers, though, so I don't know. And it also doesn't beat Mega Sableye with Magic Bounce anyway. But yeah, he's just going to Diamond Storm, and then I'm going to be able to get off the Endeavor, at least weaken the Diancie. That's something. Now my E-Killer can just take it out with an E-Speed, or I don't know. I'm faster with Earthquake anyway, what am I talking about? I'm just going to go to Gengar to revenge it. I don't want to risk a speed tie with Latios. I don't want to go to something else and get it hurt. I don't want to go to E-Killer. Like, I figured Gengar was the best thing. I'm going to Mega Evolve, just protect. Hope he doesn't predict anything. He ends up going Dialga. Just as death fodder. I basically protected because I'm a wimp. But it's okay because he sacked Dialga anyway. Goes to Yveltal. Something has to die. I decide that Groudon isn't really doing too much, and I can basically sack it for the offensive momentum. He gets a crit. It would have 2-hit KO'd me anyway. Like, all that does is give him less Oblivion Wing health. As I just click Stealth Rock on the assumption that he's going to kill me. But he switched out, because it's a sample. He knows my spread. He knows I'm faster than him, and he was afraid of his Stone Edge, so he went to Latios. So I end up getting rocks up. And this play is really weird. I'm going to go to Arceus on the Latios. I could have gone to Gengar, but Gengar actually doesn't OHKO because Zoldu is like a broken item. And the thing about Arceus is that I have a 33% chance to live after Stealth Rock, to live a Draco Meteor, assuming he's modest, which most are, but some are timid. I don't want to go to Xerneas, because I can't set up until Groudon is just a tiny bit weakened. And, I don't want to risk speed ties, so Latios is out. So basically go Arceus and click Extreme Speed, just in, like, the chance that he is both modest and gets the kill. And what it happens is that he gets a crit anyway. If he was timid, that sucked. Like, either way, Arceus died, but I'm going to get the damage I need to trap him with Gengar. Unfortunately, like, he's played really well up until this point, and the Groudon's still not weakened at all. And I'm kind of, like, in a lot of trouble here. So I'm going to just protect and sort of scout, and I honestly had no idea what to do. Like, here's my thought process. I sat here for maybe a minute and a half, thinking if there's any way I could win. And I realized it would basically boil down to this. If I Destiny Bond, I can remove the Yveltal with Gengar. He has the Switch initiative, because he can just sack Diancie to rocks, goes and do whatever he wants. So because of that, he's obviously not going to let me weaken his Groudon. And I decided that basically my only possible chance here is that if that Arceus is an Arceus Ghost, which at this point I know it's either Arceus Ghost or Arceus Normal. He needs priority, and, like, obviously offensive Sword Stance Arceus is going to be it. It's not going to be something like Ground CS, so I know it's going to be one of those two. So my win condition is basically, is he Arceus Ghost? And then does he have Shadow Force? And can I bait him into using that as I set up with my Geozern? So I'm going to, right here, go for the Destiny Bond as he takes out my Gengar. And I have to click Latios. Latios, he won't leave Groudon in, because if he leaves Groudon in, I can weaken it for Xerneas and then maybe set up. Hopefully he's not without T-Wave bullshit. So he goes Groudon. Not sacking Diancie at first, because why? I don't know. But now he sacks Diancie. Does bring in the Arceus, as it turns out to be Arceus Ghost, which is what I needed. And according to Pelly, afterwards, I should have realized it was Arceus Ghost, because he's pretty weak to Extreme Killer Arceus. Like, Shuka Dialga and then offensive Yveltal would have been his best checks otherwise. So, according to Pelly, it was pretty much certainly Arceus Ghost. And I'm fairly certain he doesn't want to risk setting up here. Like, right here, he plays the Sword Stance, because that way there's no issues. But what is going to happen is, I'm going to swap into the Geozern, just like hoping, please Shadow Force. Don't Sword Stance, because if he Sword Stances, he auto wins. He Shadow Forces. That gives me a free opportunity to Geomancy. And at this point, the game's actually mine, because if Groudon cannot switch into this. And if he loses Arceus, Xerneas can weaken the Groudon, and Latios is going to take it out. So That was basically my win condition. It sort of came through. He ended up Shadow Forcing right into my Xerneas, which is some sort of weird spread on the sample team, which is like 208 defense, no HP. Why? I don't know, but it worked. Moonblast does a ton of damage, as he's gonna like T-Wave, and I was almost afraid he was gonna try to Rock Polish, because T-Wave Rock Polish is a thing, but no. He's just going to T-Wave, and then Latios is going to come in and take him out. So that was a really close game versus Rectra. He definitely kind of choked by not Sword Stancing. Had he Sword Stance, I could have Draco'd, and I would have had the same 33% chance to take him out. So I still would have had a third of the chance, but that sort of came through. Those were two really good games, at least I thought. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.